Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. Hello, you sweaty bastards. How are we all? Oh, it's so fucking hot. But I'm here. I'm ready to go. At least I'm not racing. Who have we got in? Let's see. We've got Goose in the chat, we've got Joker, we've got Derek. Hello, chaps. Goose says, I don't appreciate SBY leaving me on red on the Discord. Hey, I'm busy. I do at least 3 hours of prep for every stream, I'll have you know. Who's hosting and can I run my own livery? Oh, it's a bit late for that now. Never mind. Sorry, Goose. Ah. Right, we're at Road Atlanta for the second round of GT1. The first round last week threw up quite a few surprises, I think it's safe to say. It was an excellent week's racing. I don't think it's going to be any different this week. Sprint week this week, so we have 3 sprint races. All are, I believe it's 17 laps for the sprint races this evening. If I'm a little distracted, it's because I've lost my controller. Bear with me. What have I done with that? Oh, here it is. Right. We've got quite a few people standing in tonight. The GT1 League has crumbled already, just in its second week in. So we have got, and let me make sure I do these in the right order so that I remember. So we've got Goose, who is standing in for Switchback in Pazak. We've got Dusty Fossil, who's standing in for Panda this evening. And right at the last minute, our hero from yesterday, Beach, is standing in for Red, who had to duck out at the last minute. And we are getting straight on now, because there is no qualifying this evening. So we're going 3 races. It is in... I can't remember what bloody order it's in. Let's find out. It's pretty random to me. But Andy will lead us off, then Ross, then Lee, James, Pagani and T. Smith. Pretty good start from everybody. Nobody really getting a good advantage, although Andy's the one who's dropped back a little bit from Ross, who's overtaken him into the lead as they around the first corner. Lee is very wide. Lee's on the grass. Oh, that's not a good start. The man who did so well last week. Bumble that wide. Oh, he's round and there's a collision in the background. Oh dear. Collision in the background for Lee. Not sure who he took out on his way back across, but they all seem to have survived it, except for Lee. Oof. Well, not a good start there. Ross has run away into the lead, 1.3 seconds away from Jade, on his mates way up to P2 as a result of that. Pagani just behind. The fever in the chat saying Lee about to call the FTRL helpline right away. The FTRL helpline, of course. We're not affiliated with Dignitas, we're just piggybacking on their system. So Andy doing good up in P4, then Tom in P5 now. Coming back is Biggles, Graham, Jonesy very, very close, so we'll keep an eye on this as they come down towards the final chicane. And in the background, we've got people changing places as well. We've got Aaron and Johnny Boy together. Johnny Boy's made his way up to P10. As Jonesy thinks about a move, Graham's a little bit deep. He's going to hang on there and hold on to the inside. Meanwhile, Aaron into the chicane ahead of Johnny Boy, with Dusty Foster just behind him. Lee has now made his way back up to 12th. There's been some more drama somewhere. Blue Flag, who didn't have the best of weeks last week, has found himself near the back again. He is in P13 with Goose in 14th. So an eventful opening lap. But not for Ross, who leads the way. He got away well, got ahead of Andy, and made his way to the front. And now James has picked up the pace as well, and we've lost Andy somewhere. Andy's down to P5. So that's promoted Pagani up into 3rd, so we don't know what happened to Andy there. We'll keep an eye on these front few for a while, especially this sort of mid-pack here with Biggles, Graham in the background, potentially looking for a move on Jonesy. He's had to back out of it. Tony Boy still hanging on there in P10. And then Dusty and Blue Flag, it's actually worth further back. So looking at tyres, Ross is on softs, Pagani, Jadon on softs, Andy on the mediums. He's got back past someone, back past Tom, I think. He slipped down to P6. All of these guys are on the mediums, and now that leaves a big gap, and Andy seems to be struggling here with a bit of a slide out of that chicane as well. And yeah, the front three on soft tyres have made the break, so not as we saw it quite a lot yesterday in GT2. The soft tyre runners maybe having some dramas. Jadon's got his left indicator on just for good measure. Yeah, some of the GT2 boys on their soft runs had a few dramas and slipped back into the back and then found it a bit difficult to get back through. Not the case in race 1 this evening. Ross has got a healthy lead from Pagani, who leads quite another couple of seconds actually from James. Oh, and a big old twitch from James there, and that might be a penalty as well. Just as we were speaking about bringing back into the pack, yeah, it's a half-second penalty. Oh, and Ross has got a half-second penalty as well, so that's going to bring him back towards Pagani. We saw this last night as well, the penalties unnecessarily harsh, I feel, at this track. Whereas at Brands Hatch last week, you didn't really lose much time at all. Here, a half-second penalty will lose you over a second. We'll just see this now, as Ross drops his half-second penalty. He was 2.1 seconds ahead of Pagani, and that's going to go down to under a second by the end of the straight. And now we've got Andy gaining rapidly on James to serve his half-second penalty. James covering the middle of the track. Andy goes straight past down the outside. Biggles is approaching rapidly as well. Biggles isn't going to quite make it, but he's got Tom on his inside. Takes P5 away from Biggles. Jonesy in the background there in P7. And now up ahead we can see James and Andy going at it again. Oh, there's a lot of contact on the final corner. They both held their ground. That's going to give T. Smith a really, really good run. He's going to go down the inside in turn 1. Is he going to try and get both of them? Ooh, he thought about it. He thought about it. Oh, and another huge slide. Jadon's struggling to keep control of this Alfa Romeo. That's basically got in T. Smith's way there, and that's the Andy and Biggles back through. So all the hard work done by Tom has been put back to where he started by flailing James, and there's penalties appearing all over the place. Now it's Andy's turn to pick up half a second. Oof. And now Tom taking advantage of a poor run from Biggles to go up the outside. Biggles is going to be brave to send it back down here, and he's not done it. So once again, after all that, T. Smith can find himself back where he started, the lap in P4. So Andy serving that penalty, he's definitely going to duck back behind him. There's been some dramas for Ross up front. So these two have cleared off, but Ross was, obviously he did serve that penalty, so he gap dropped to about a second, but he's half a second down on his best time this lap. And that's allowed Pagani to close in. Already seeing laps into the 125s, and I think Pagani's is probably got a good chance of being fastest lap so far with this one. Let's have a quick look and then we'll get back to the battling mid-pack. No, it's 126.1 from Pagani, but it's still enough to get him within half a second of Ross. James has recovered and got himself a massive gap somehow back in P3. I mean, Andy did serve that penalty, which has put him back down to 7th. But at the minute it's T. Smith leading this mid-pack from Biggles, then Jonesy, Andy, Graham, and Aaron's caught back up with the pack as well. So we'll make their way through this tricky sector 1. Jonesy is putting in a really good show last week as well. He's all over the back of Biggles. Can he find a way through? There's a lot of squealing of tyres going on. Not just yet for Jonesy. And we're going to see this now. And then he's going to wait. Just keeping it in 4th to keep the car stable. See, when you get into the lower gears of the Alfa, it just tends to twitch and shake the rear end out a little coming out of the corners. Oh, we're going to see a move from Jonesy. He is gaining. He's going to have the opportunity. To the outside. Ooh, getting a little bit close. Biggles holds the inside line. And they're still side by side, and it's got a big bump from Andy. Wins that battle for Jonesy, and now Andy's going to get a bump from Aaron behind him, his teammate, and he's had to back out of that though. That's caused all sorts of chaos, and Graham's off. Oh dear. I think that was unfortunate. Andy decided at the last minute to back out of the challenge at the final corner, having got what was probably an unexpected bump from behind, and that put him all out of shape, and Graham's the unfortunate one that gets collected. That puts Graham back down to P12. Andy is, to his credit, waiting for him, so I think that's fair play from Andy. It wasn't really his fault. So all of that, people says race ban to Aaron. Oh yeah, it's Aaron who gave Andy the bump, wasn't it? That was carefully orchestrated. I feel he thought that one through exactly. It's Aaron playing 4D chess there in the middle of the race. And that has put him up to P7. Just find Biggles, and it's promoted Jonesy to a very good P5 at the minute. T. Smith has got further ahead, but he's gone to penalty. So he'll serve that. He'll drop behind Jonesy, may even take P4 here. In the meantime, we look at the battle for the lead. I think, to be honest, Pagani having set the fastest lap of the race on the last lap of a 25.8, he is probably content just to stay with Ross and just build that gap now. It'd be nice if he needs to do that. There's plenty of time to try and make a move later in the race, and he's 4.5 seconds clear of James at the minute, who in turn has got a 5.5 second gap to T. Smith, who's managed to hold on to his P4. So he's doing okay. Not something we've usually there's not something you usually say about him. Sorry, I just realised on my phone, I said earlier Biggles held the inside line, and my phone turned Gemini on and misheard it as Eagles hold the inside line, so now I've got a detailed rundown on my phone of the Philadelphia Eagles forward line. Let's just delete that. There we go. Right, back to the race. So Tom's still holding P4, but he's under a lot of pressure. Got to try and avoid any further penalties. He didn't have the best race, or set of races, should we say, out at Brands Hatch last week. At the minute, Aaron P6 ahead of Biggles. That's Biggles, not Eagles. Lee in 7th, and Just Foster's joined the back of this race as well. He's there. Johnny Boy has slipped away off, but he's still in the top 10 in GT1, and he's got a 7-second gap to Graham. We saw him hold off a charge from Jordan yesterday to hold on to a very well-deserved P5. He can get a top 10 here. That'd be a fantastic result for him. Currently trailed by Graham, Andy, Goose, and Blue Flag, all of whom have had some sort of incident over the first 7 laps. I don't think there's going to be much to see, as I said, with these top 2 until for probably about another 6 or 7 laps at least. Pagani clearly seems content to just follow Ross around, which is the sensible thing to do. James is in no man's land, so we'll go back to this little battle here. Jonesy is comfortably keeping up with T. Smith at the minute. I'm not surprised, you're surprised. Oh, in the background, Lee's looking interested. He's recovered well. Biggles has got a half-second penalty, and not only that, he's slipped down to P8 already. That suggests a poor run at the end of Sector 1. That sort of horrible left-handed kink where you can so easily run wide. Very easy to pick up penalties here. That might get a certain Dusty Fossil interested. Let's see how close he gets. Phoebe's right, Lee indeed is on the softs. He'll be looking to make up ground. Here comes Carl. Has he got the room? Has he got the time left? Is he going to send it? Yes, he is. Down the inside he goes. Just about gets it stopped. Does Biggles get the run for the switchback? Yes, he does. That's nice and calmly done by Biggles. He knew what was going to happen. Held back. And got the run out of the chicane to retake P8. Nicely done from him. Lee now chasing down Aaron, a little bit wide there, had to slam on the brakes. The battle still continues up front. T. Smith, I would say, doing his usual sterling job of holding up everyone behind him so that his teammates can get ahead, but let's be fair, Ross is in the lead. I don't think somehow that's what's happening tonight. Just struggling for the pace slightly. Let's see if Lee can get through this pack then. The only one stopped out of these four. And Lee get the run now at the back of this train. To the outside. Oh, Aaron made the move to cut him off and then I think realised Lee was there. Now side by side, so we see yet another attempt to move into the chicane. It's not a given by any means. A lot of side by side contact. Lee makes it stick. Just about held the nose in there. Didn't let Aaron cut him off. And Lee takes P6 away from him. In the background there you can see Dusty Foster still hanging on to the back of this train. Seeing if he can make progress. Johnny Boy slipped back a little, but still, he's not really. The gap to Graham hasn't really come down at all. He's looking pretty comfortable in P10 at the minute. And that's because Graham's got problems of his own, because Sir Goose, he was unfortunate at the start of this race, but he was pretty rapid last night. Picked himself up with some really good results. And he is closing on Graham. Oh, and a big slide from Graham. Huge slide, and that's going to let Goose sweep around the outside. Into P11. Oh, hello. Aaron's got half second. Goes to the side of the track to get out of the way. Biggles followed him and nearly caused an accident trying to get an extra half second of slipstream. That's demoted Aaron to P9. Dusty takes P8, Biggles P7. There's a bit of a gap between these three and Jonesy, Lee and T. Smith now. So Lee's managed to get past Jonesy as well. Jonesy probably wouldn't have made it too difficult for his teammate. So Lee has got one more to go. He's not really going to get any further up than this in this race, but I think after the start he had on turn 1, heading out to the grass and spinning round, I think he will be more than happy with a P4. Someone will have to remind me later to go back to the front for the end of the race, just in case I miss anything. At the minute, it's still Ross from Pagani. James is not a million miles away in third, but he's not close enough, I don't think. If that fastest lap changes to anyone else, we'll see. We'll go see what's going on. But for now, Lee rounds this second tight right-hander in the sequence, and he's got a really good exit. And he's going to gain now onto Smith all the way down this straight. Can he get close enough? 2/10. Moving down now to 1/10. He's going to swing wide. It's a great run. He came 4/10. He's caught second purple. And then slams on the anchor as late as he dares. And that's really nicely done. Making full use of the soft tyres there, nothing Tom could do, but he's got a really good exit. Lee's tried to squeeze him up, but he's not going to make it, and T-Smith's going to come back at him here. I thought Lee got a decent run off there, but Tom's was excellent, and he's got straight back ahead of him, and that's cost Lee a bit of time as well. There you go. Lee's going to have to try again. Nice tight line to the inside of turn 1. It's not easy to make a move through here. You've basically got to bully the other person out of the way, and Lee's not got a chance that yet. This battling is allowing Jones to keep in touch. Biggles a little further back now, and then Dusty and Aaron are battling away for P8. Some of these cars seem a lot more unstable than others. I'd be interested to see how people have sort of tweaked their brake balances for these cars. You can occasionally just hear a big squealing of tyres and somebody getting very sideways. These guys have all marginally settled out for now. Oh no, we've lost Johnny Boy. Oh dear. A 1:39 on lap 10. I've put paid to his chances of a top 10 finish, that's a shame. And we lost him. So now, somewhere coming down the straight, we should see a Flying Goose in P10 now. Yep, there he is. If he'll come past shortly. There he goes. Dust Fossil in P8. Biggles, Jonesy. Oh, there's a big gap now. And Lee is still trying to get past T. Smith. Did what? If there's one person, I know Blue Flag gets the butt. It's generally the butt of the jokes about having the widest car in the world. But if there's one person you really don't want to be trying to get past when there's a position on the line, it's usually T. Smith. Oh, Lee's had a bit of a moment there. Really, really slow exit, and that's going to bring Jonesy right back into touch with him. No, not quite enough. He's not going to get there. Biggles is right with Jonesy as well, so Lee is now having to turn and look in his rearview mirrors for a bit. He's got another few laps to regain his composure, get back in touch with Tom. But for now, T. Smith's P4 is safe. Jadon is probably more safe than anyone at the minute in P3. This would be a really good podium for him. And at the front, I mean, Pagani's very close. It looks like he might finally be starting to have a look at making a move on Ross. You might need it's the sort of track where you might need a few laps to get it done, so it's probably sensible for him to start having a look now. That gap to James is 4.5 seconds still, so it's still pretty comfortable. Yeah, he's definitely looking more interested, so we'll keep an eye on this. Down into the chicane here will be the best place to have a go. Johnny's not really got a better run than Ross, but the slight slipstream you get off these cars will bring him into touch. I think Ross is going to be okay this time. It's going to be close. He may have to go defensive just to fend Pagani off. He does indeed, just slightly, and yet Pagani holds station again. So Jadon's still there. He's 5th and 4th. Lee hold 5th. Oh, Lee's stayed ahead of Jonesy. Biggles. And now Aaron has got past Carl for P8. So just a smidgen over 3 laps to go in this first race. And it is as you were further back. Andy's setting some quicker laps now into the 26s for him for the first time. So he's gaining on Blue Flag and Graham. So there may still be some drama there before the end of the race. Oh, and Ross. There's been a battle with Pirani, which we have missed. And Ross has now also picked up a half-second penalty with only 2.5 laps to go. That could be... Well, I don't want to say it could be curtains, but Pagani has not exactly been slow, has he? So that's going to put Ross in real trouble. Pagani slightly wide there, but Ross isn't going to be able to make a move. All he can hope to do is stick as close as he can to the back of Pagani, minimise the damage from this penalty, and then try his best to get back in touch. The gap back to James is now only 3 seconds, and that will come down drastically. So James has been turning on the pace. He has with a 26.4. So Ross serves his penalty, drops back, and that'll be over a second gap now to Pagani. So, barring any mistakes, this should be Pagani's victory. He's played it very cool, calm, and collected. Made his move in plenty of time. And now he's pretty comfortable in the race lead. Ross, though, as we know, is capable of putting in a blistering lap when the mood takes him, so may not be all over yet. James again setting decent times. And yeah, Lee has not really managed to recover this gap to T. Smith. Again, his lap times are okay, but it's not enough to allow him to catch up, so looks like it will probably be P5 for Lee, but there's a real battle brewing here between Jonesy and Biggles. P6 and P7. Anything Biggles can do. Nothing yet. Oh. Yeah, he's still there. Oh, Andy and Graham in P13. I don't think Graham was that far back before, and a 1:41 on lap 15. Yeah, it's Graham. He's had a spin. So that promotes. He's Andy in P12, Sai still in P11, so Goose still in P10. Blue flag is gaining slightly. Goose had a bit of a scruffy lap on lap 15 at 1:29.9. He's still got a second gap, so he'll try and hang on. A few people just getting a bit ragged towards the end of this race. Aaron's holding on to P8 ahead of Carl, and now Biggles and Jonesy are going at it as we go on to the final lap of the race. Biggles swerves around, trying to distract Jonesy a little bit. He's got a very good run. Flings the car to the outside. There'll be no way through here though. So we'll keep an eye on those two as they come through. Lee looks pretty comfortable in 5th, and ditto for T. Smith in 4th. James is not going to catch Ross, and Ross is catching Pagani. So Pagani's tyre wear, he's done pretty well in his tyre wear. Pagani is marginally worse than Ross. Oh, and he's had a scruffy exit there. Ross's wasn't much better though, so it looks like Pagani will just hold on. Jonesy has managed to eke out 6/10 to Biggles, although Biggles is coming back at him. We'll stay with Ross and Pagani just in case. Down the back straight for the final time of this first race. Oh, if Ross had got a good exit there, he would have been all over Pagani. Pagani was right on the curve, but it looks like, although Ross does get a better exit out of the chicane, it's not going to be enough. So Pagani bided his time, made his move, and come around to take victory in race 1, closely followed by Ross. Jadon with a good consistent performance in P3. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. T. Smith, in the end, had to fight off a lot of challenges for P4, but held on to it. So P4 for him. 5th for Lee, good recovery drive. Jonesy just ahead of Biggles at the line, just a 10th between them. Aaron holds off Dusty Fossil, P8 and P9. And Blue Flag has overtaken Sir Goose. So we lost Goose out of the top 10. That may have been a penalty. Not sure, but it will be Blue Flag who takes P10 in the end. Sir Goose P11. Andy will be 12th. Graham had a more than a couple of incidents. He was unfortunately collected on the first lap by Lee, and then spun around later on, which we didn't see. He comes out to P13, and oh, it was close. It was close. There was just that one mistake somewhere on lap 15. I think it was lap 15 for Johnny Boy. What could have been? He could have had a top 10 GT1 to go with his P5 from last night, but not this time. But maybe next. Yep, well done, Jonesy. Fantastic race. Really, really good pace. Challenging the whole time as well. That was not a result caused by everybody else making mistakes. There was some good challenges position from everyone in that pack there. Right, so race 1 is in the books. Aaron says, "Fuck's sake." So just one more time, results from race 1. Pagani P1, Ross P2, Jadon in 3rd, T. Smith in P4, Lee Cole in 5th, Jonesy is P6, P7 for Biggles, 8th for Aaron, 9th for Dust Fossil, 10th for Blue Flag, 11th for Sir Goose, Andy in 12th, Graham 13th, and Johnny Boy in P14. Now, I believe the next race is a reverse grid. I'm just going to rely on somebody to correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a reverse grid for race 2. And if it is, then that means Johnny Boy gets the chance to lead off a GT1 race, which I'm sure he'd be thrilled about. If it is a reverse grid, and I believe it is, I'm only going to say that once more. I want some predictions. And we've got some people in who are in the race now, so if you want to predict yourself and really go for it, please do. Who can take an unlikely victory? Derek says Andy to win on softs. Phoebe's doing some in-chat stewarding. Oh, Pete man, good evening, just in time. Good to see you as always, mate. The pending return of Pete man. We're all waiting with bated breath. So I've got one prediction, and that is for Andy to win it on softs. Now, I don't think that's a bad call. Owen says I'm going to go for an Aaron P3 here. He's not going to back you for the win. he's going to back Pagani. Oh, another Pagani win from the back. That's, woo. I mean, we saw a back row 2 race victory last night from Oblivion, but it'd be quite something to do it here, especially with probably a few of the people starting towards the front will be on the softs. So yeah, that would be quite the thing. Man's backing me for a P2. Go on, I want to see Beach take the GT1 victory. Phoebe's going for a blue flag win. Aaron P2, Graham P3. Ooh. Interesting. This chat's being used for everything tonight. We've had a bit of stewarding, and now Jones is looking for some race engineering via the chat, and he's got it as well. So there you go. All you have to do is ask. Oh, goes into the barriers there. So we'll be starting shortly. Alright, here we go. Race 2. Here's where we'll see some of the people who had more of an unfortunate race 1 probably strapping on their one set of soft tyres. This goose goes the wrong way down the pit lane. Yeah, we'll see a few of these guys at the front putting on the softs. Let's have a quick look before we start. Johnny Boy, Graham, Andy, Goose, Blue Flag, all on the softs, Dusty Fossil and Aaron and Biggles on the mediums, as is Jonesy, Lee. Oh, T Smith has gone for a tactic we've seen him use before, which is going for soft tyres from towards the back of the grid. And then you've got James, Ross and Pagani on mediums. And we all get away cleanly. Johnny Boy's led off pretty well. Graham's under pressure from Andy already for P2. We'll keep an eye on this. They all pile into the first corner. Graham's just got to be careful on the cold tyres not to get shuffled out wide like Lee did in the first race. Everybody looks to be through cleanly this time, so Johnny Boy leads us away. Oh, and they're 3 wide further back here. T Smith involved in the thick of this. Biggles behind him. Oh, and everybody's getting very squirrely. Cold tyres coming down the hill through the S's. But again, a fair bit cleaner than race one. And everybody making their way through. So far, no major incident. Aaron, P6, I think that's roughly where he started actually, he's just ahead of Carl, so he's made his way ahead of him. In fact, he was ahead of him anyway, but no, he wasn't, he was behind him. So yeah, so Goose in P5, and now Graham is all over the back of Blue Flag. So Blue Flag's made his way up to P2 briefly. Graham's going to come back at him. We have lost Johnny Boy somewhere. He's down to P6. So he's not had a big accident, he's either been shuffled out the way or just had a bit of a moment. So that has promoted Andy to a 1.5 second lead. So we had the big prediction coming in from Derek beforehand to say Andy for the win on the softs, and it's looking like he's got every chance at the minute as an almighty battle goes on behind him. Yeah, I'm not sure, I didn't see Fever. It's either, oh, hello, we've got Blue Flag off. Blue Flag's in the grass. Is he round? Oh, and he's been collected on the way through, I think, by James. And it was Aaron. There was an incident with Aaron, who's held up and waited for him. So that is race over for those two. Unfortunate for Blue Flag, who started near the front. And not a happy return to the UK so far for Aaron. And he's got himself a penalty. Half second. Now look who's in P2. Sir Goose. I will play the sound again if he wins. I will do it. So the half second penalty serves. Here he comes for the lead. Was that a half second penalty? It looked more like a second. Goose has gone straight through. He was nearly a second and a half back. And Sir Goose takes the lead of the GT1 race. Briefly. That's a wonderful switchback from Andy, I've got to say. Timed that to absolute perfection and mugged Goose. But Sir Goose will doubtless hang on in there. Graham doing well in P3. This front pack has spread out a little bit, but that's not... That's going to be said for this lot. What is going to happen here? What's going to happen here is T Smith is going to absolutely clobber Johnny Boy. That was shameful. Dear me. He's just punted him out the way. Shame, shame. He's got a half second penalty for his trouble, but unfortunately it has relegated Johnny Boy to P11. That'll be an unpopular move. Pagani in P10, Jadon in P9, Dusty in P8. Lee is now 7th, and Jonesy, once again, up in P5. So, Tom's going to serve his penalty here. He's going to drop him. Ooh, he's going to be right in the middle of this pack again. Let's have a look. Certainly going to lose place to Lee. I think he might hang on ahead of Dr. Fossil. He's gone very defensive. Yeah, he does indeed. Carl's going to try and get the switch back. It's a decent run. Tom's immediately gone defensive. Carl's going to have to go to the outside. And for the minute this holds, is he going to try and move into turn 1? No, I don't think so. So it's as you were through there. Johnny Boy in P11 now being pursued by Ross, Blue Flag and Aaron behind. And James is all over the back of Dusty Fossil as well, so James looking to make good progress here. To add to his, was it a P3? Yeah, P3 last time. And now it's the turn of Lee to pick up a penalty. Half second, which is going to get Tom ahead of him. That's going to hurt Lee. It's 2 more cars just behind who he's going to lose places to as well. So Lee slows down, through goes Tom, through goes Dust Fossil, through goes Jadon. Lee loses 3 places on the straight. Courtesy of that penalty. Pagani is there as well, he's not going to quite make it. Ross has now got past Johnny Boy for P11, and Sir Goose has the lead. Oh, Andy's gone. He's off. Running wide on turn 1. Can he keep the car straightened up? He's trying his best, and he's managed to, and now he's rejoined directly in front of Biggles. He's managed to hold on to P2. Goose is on his way. Still only lap 5. Goose has a 2.5 second lead now, and he did really well to hold on to that and not turn the car around. Pretty much everyone else we've seen have an accident there has ended up spinning the car. So, oh, speaking of spinning, who's that in the background? Oh, it's Lee. Oh dear. No, I didn't see what happened, but Lee has ended up sideways after sort of that horrible left-hand kink. You can get on the inside of the curb, you can get spat out to the outside. There's numerous ways to die on that corner. So Lee has found one of them. And that has promoted everybody up a place, including Aaron. Blue flag in 12th, Johnny Boy 11th, and Ross now in P10, challenging the guy. Yeah, not been these nights so far. He recovered well in the first race, but I think now it's going to be, this race is going to be significantly harder. He's going to have to hope for some more incidents up front, much bigger gaps. There's a few more people running on soft tyres as well. So the ones that are keeping it consistent at the minute, your Biggles, Graham, Jonesy, T. Smith, Jadon especially, are the ones gaining places. Jonesy is trying his very best to hold off Tom here, or getting a bit out of shape, and he got a half-second penalty for his trouble. I honestly don't think it's worth defending that hard around those corners. It's so easy to pick up a penalty. As we've seen there, he's just got to try and focus now and make sure he doesn't get another one. If he can stay ahead of Tom, that will help in terms of not losing too much time to him, but he's probably going to lose half a second just trying to defend him. There's a little bit of weaving on the straight there. Jonesy does hold position. Tom looking to cut back. He will get past now anyway, but all of that has brought Jadon right onto the back of both of them. He's got a much better run on Tom. So we're on board with James here. Tom's going to have slipstream for now, but that's going to drop away in a couple of seconds. And they both go past. Is James going to be close enough to make a move on T. Smith? No, it doesn't look like it. Tom's on defensive just in case. Down third gear, James hits the curbs well. Tom's managed to get a decent exit, especially considering the defensive line he took. So, T. Smith up to P5. That's relegated Jonesy all the way down to P8, which is a shame, but he's still in this battle, and now he's immediately challenging Dutch Fossil to try and get back up to 7th. Takes the inside line. Get the door banging. All good fun. Jonesy's still there. They're still side by side, and now Jonesy is going to have to back out, so Carl did well to hold that position there. Further back, Pagani is ahead of Ross. Blue flag is now in P11. He's managed to get himself ahead of Johnny Boy. And then it's Aaron and then Lee. So Goose still leads, and still by 2.5 seconds. What a stand-in this could be. Yeah, fully agree, Fever. That was fantastic driving. It shows the gaps in, I think it shows the gap in, GT1, GT2. It is closing. Obviously, Carl, primarily anyway, racing in GT2 this season. Jonesy making the step up this season to GT1. To be fair, there was quite a few instances like that in GT2 where somebody just got absolutely hoofed off into the barriers. But nonetheless, I do think the gap in driving skill and ability is closing, definitely. Nothing like the first days of GT3, that's for sure. That was fucking hilarious. Alright. So everybody holding station for now. Goose's lead is, I mean, their lap times last time around were basically identical. Andy has got himself back up to speed now. Set his personal best at 26.248 compared to Goose's 26.240. Goose does have a faster lap of the race as well on 26.0, and he's purple through sector 1. So, is there anything Andy can do here? He's got a lot of time to do it. He's got near enough 10 laps. But will he be relying on a mistake from Sir Goose? Andy's had more than a couple of mistakes in him this evening so far as well, so he's got to avoid them. It was just an ever so slight one there as he clipped the gravel and the grass coming off of that corner. And so the gap just creeps up to nearly 3 seconds. And he's got about a second back to Biggles, who in turn has got a second back to Graham, and then it's a bigger gap of 3.5 to T. Smith. Jaden has now managed to pull clear of Dusty Fossil. Jersey tries to pull back in, so everybody is settled down a little now. Just a few gaps appearing. Ross and Pagani together again. Oh Christ, it's hot. What's your favourite ice cream? Come on, shout, let me know. Favourite ice cream? I've had about 3 today. Aaron's struggling, not really making progress. On the medium tyres, of course, the times are not bad, but everybody else ahead of him is pretty good as well. We've got a yellow flag. Why have we got a yellow flag? Ah, we've lost Dusty Fossil. Fossil down to P10, drops behind Pagani and Ross before the penalty line, so it wasn't a penalty. Must have been an incident. Is it that hot again in the UK? Yeah, it's it was 32 here today, so yeah, it's pretty warm. Pretty toasty. Right, let's see what's going on a bit further up. I think the gaps are, yeah, they're all opening up slightly. Let's have a look at the lap time. So the front two are doing well on the soft tyres. Andy actually gained slightly on Goose on that lap in the end. Biggles on the mediums is setting incredibly quick medium times. A couple of 26.3s. Derek's down to 1 duffel coat. Excellent. No doubt the Ben and Jerry's helped as well. What flavour was it, Derek? Was it Tennant? What's a good name for a Tennant's flavour Ben and Jerry's? They have those silly like cutesy names, don't they? Fish and chips. How about that? Fish and chips flavour Ben and Jerry's the whole time. There was a race going on, I think. Still 2.5 seconds. Biggles is, as I said, the lap times are frankly excellent on the medium tyres, but unfortunately he's just not got enough to. He's not got enough to catch Andy, who's still saying pretty decent times on the softs. You can hope for tyre wear. Andy's tyres are nearly half worn. Goose's are pretty much similar as well. So there might still be hope for Biggles there if he can hang on. Graham's a bit further back. I can hear a lot of squealing of tyres around turn 1, and T. Smith is gaining. He set a 25.8 on his last lap, so he's finally got this Alpha into gear. Rookies and cream. Sorry, we're back on Scottish ice creams again. Should not be fucking fantastic, an iron brew sorbet. Oh my god, can you imagine? Oh. Yeah, Tom's lap times have suddenly taken a big leap. He's decided to go for a push, and that's brought him a lot closer to Graham. James is trying to follow him, but he hasn't got the pace to match him at the minute. He's on the medium tyres, that's why. But again, James' medium pace is, if anything, even better than Biggles. So these 6 have really turned their wick up now. It's left Jonesy behind, and Pagani is only 4/10 back. So we'll keep an eye on that. Ross is a little further back. Dusty Fossil is P10. And Johnny Boy is now being caught by Aaron and Lee, so we've got a little battle brewing there. Johnny's still on the soft, but he's had a couple of moments, a 130 and a 120, a high 128. Whereas Aaron's managed to get hold of the car, so let's see how Aaron does. If he manages to get past Johnny and set a few more laps here, maybe it's just the practice he needed, I don't know. Because he's now into the 26s on the medium, so... And the unfortunate thing for Aaron is the next race is as per the finishing position for this race, so this race is going to be starting, you know, in the back couple of rows. But nonetheless, I think he'll be on the soft tyres as well, so we'll wait and see for possibly a better race 3 for Aaron. In the meantime, he is trying to find a way past Johnny Boy, whose pace has just deserted him slightly. There's not really any way through here. Aaron's got Lee to worry about behind him as well. It's a good exit from Johnny Boy. Aaron's not going to catch him here. Aaron's got Lee to worry about as well. He's got to look in his rearview mirrors. He doesn't want to get robbed while he's trying to take P12 off of Johnny. He's gone early. Is Lee going to push Aaron? No, he's going to... Is Lee going to get there and push Johnny Boy? He's having to think about it. No, he's going to push Aaron along. It made more sense. It would have been funnier if he pushed Johnny Boy back ahead of him, but nonetheless. Can he make the move? Oh, he's getting squeezed. There's a bit of contact. Yeah, I think Lee's held on there, and yeah, Johnny Boy was on the grass, and that is worked out terribly for Lee. Maybe he should have pushed Johnny instead of Aaron, because all that's done is let Aaron get the place and get away. So the tune of probably at least a good second. So Lee's going to go for a lunge down here into turn 1. Just about holds on. Yeah. That was far from T. Smith levels of murder. So that relegates Johnny to last place, and Lee now is set off after Aaron. Blue Flag and Ross are going at it meanwhile for P9 and P10. A really good first race for Ross, finishing in second, but oh, he's wide there. That's going to give Sai. Is it going to give Sai a run? Sai had a really poor exit as well, man. So what's actually done is slightly let Dusty Fossil back into this battle. But they're going to be as you were. Jonesy's still 8th, just behind Pagani, and now Graham and Biggles have been passed by T. Smith. So Tom has made good use of the soft tyres there. Graham on the soft spot hasn't been able to keep with him, and now James is looking very, very interested in P4 and P5 as well. So T. Smith on into P3. Come around now for the start of lap 14. So we've got 4 laps to go. The gap at the front is now down to 2 seconds. So Goose's pace just starting to drop off with his tyres, as is Andy's, but well, you know what? Is it silly to... I don't... It probably won't catch him. I think it's silly not to rule silly to rule T. Smith out at this point. His tyres are a lot better, and his times are more consistently better than Andy ahead of him, but he is 4 seconds back, so it's unlikely, but we'll keep an eye on it. In the meantime, Andy's had a little bit of a slow sector, and Goose has eked that gap out again, back to 2.5 seconds. What can Jalen do about Graham? Graham on the soft tyres. He's managed his tyres well. Here comes James though. To the inside. Oh! I heard a squealing of tyres as I messed my camera angles up. It's a clean move from James. He's up into 5th, and now can set off after Biggles. So James the one making the moves at the minute. Pagani still 7th. Ross still 8th. Oh, Ross has got past Jonesy. So Ross has got ahead of Jonesy into P8. And blue flag is still there as well. So Jonesy's not quite been able to hold his position quite as well as he's done in race 1. And now he's probably going to be looking in his mirrors, but actually, as blue flag squirrels the Alpha all over the place, he might be looking more forward. Another move on Ross here. Oh, that was nice from Jonesy. Nice, calm and collected. Ross was from wide. I think that might be a penalty. Can't remember where the limits are. Yeah, it's our second penalty for Ross. Jonesy's not going to wait for that. He's going to go down the inside. A nice move back into P8. So Jonesy again making the moves just as we thought he was going backwards. And that is going to drop Ross back behind Dusty Fossil and blue flag as well. Down goes Ross, back to P11. Little bump just for good measure. As Carl goes on his way. Oh, and Aaron's back behind Johnny Boy. What's happened to Aaron? Don't know. He's had a moment. Back to the front. Oh, Andy. Andy's had a 23 and a 28.9. And Sir Goose is nearly 5 seconds clear and 2 laps away from a GT1 victory. As long as his front left tyre doesn't explode, he'll be alright. Oh well. None of you predicted this, did you? That was a nasty front left tyre, but he can afford to take it easy. I mean, Andy's is not really any better, to be fair. Although Andy's had a couple of Turn 1 adventures, so it's probably not that much of a surprise. Jadon has caught and passed Biggles, so great. Jadon up into P4, he's having another good evening, following up from a pretty consistent Brands Hatch week. He's now going to follow his P3 up, sorry, with a P4. And will he even, as we go into the final lap? He is going quicker than T. Smith now, but not by a whole lot. So, 5 second gap for Sir Goose. It's not just going to be a win this rate. Oh, and it's going to be a comfortable win. He's just got to hang on to the tyres for one more lap. Same goes for Andy. He had his chances, but he'll be happy to hang on to P2 now because T. Smith is gaining and gaining rapidly. He gained over a second on that last lap. I said it was unwise to rule him out of a challenge for P2. He was 4 seconds back just 3 laps ago, and now he is almost within a second, but there's only a few more corners to go. You've got Jane on a P4 who will be interested as 2 ahead of him do end up clashing. Biggles in 5th, Graham in 6th, Pagani, then Jonesy, then blue flag. Challenging Jonesy, but Jones hanging on. Ross has got back past Dusty Foster into P10, then comes the Aaron who's got back past Johnny Boy for P13. So Goose is clear in the lead. Gap between Andy and T. Smith is just under a second. It should be enough for Andy to just about hold on. Well. What a victory. What a victory for Sergey. Incredible. Andy with a very well served P2, T. Smith P3, James in P4, Biggles in P5, Graham in P6, Pagani in P7, Jonesy, another good result, 8th. And then it's Ross, Dusty and blue flag all across the line together, and then it will be Lee, Aaron and Johnny Boy. Well, same track, same cars, everything's the same there. If you said to any of us 2 weeks into the new season you'd have a 1-2 in GT1 of Sir Goose and Andy. I don't know how many people would believe you. Fantastic result. And that means, of course, with the next race, final race of the evening, being a grid as per this finishing order, that of course means that Sir Goose is going to have a decent shot at another one. So Goose takes the win, Andy in second, T. Smith third, Jadon, Biggles, Graham, Pagani and Jonesy in P8. Ross, Dusty Fossil, Blue Flag, and Lee Cole, and Aaron, and Johnny Boy. Woo! So this will be an interesting race because we've got a couple of the runners at the front did run their soft tyre. So I think there's going to be a chance for a few more of those in the mid-pack who have not yet run the softs and are going to be doing so on this final race to get back involved. Or just have to try their best to avoid the sort of shenanigans that typically befall people on the opening couple of laps. So on the softs this time around will be Dusty Fossil, Jonesy, and I think that's it actually. I thought there's a couple more than that, but it looks like I'm wrong. Yeah, okay. So Carl and Jonesy have got maybe some opportunity here. Paul says back to being washed. A brief trip back to the nostalgic heights of GT1. Nobby in the chat. Good evening, sir. What have I missed? Oh, everything. Let's see. We've had what have we had? Well, we've had a Sir Goose victory. We've had an Andy P2. We've had some murder. We nearly had a Johnny Boy GT1 top 10, but he fucked it unfortunately. And we've had all sorts. We've had lots of sideways action, lots of grass cutting going on. I'm sure there'll be more to come in race 3. Oh, so sweaty. Right, Donald Cox, the sweaty fox. Put your hands up if that means anything to you. Am I still naked? As often as possible. I'll be. Right, we've got about 30 seconds for Nobby's erection to go down before we start the race. So that means we are going to see Sir Goose and Andy lead off the front row of the grid. Oh, Biggles is on the softs too, thank you. Yeah, so good opportunity for Biggles. He is the highest up of the soft tyre runners. Joining him are Jonesy in P8 and Dusty Fossil in P10. Oh, and Aaron as well. Oh yeah, we did say Aaron, didn't we, last race, yeah. So Aaron's going to have to see what he can do from P13. Lights are out and we're away for the final race of this evening. decent getaway from Sir Goose. Andy is there as well. T Smith in P3. We've got some challenges further back. The soft tyres allowing Biggles to get a decent getaway. He's not quite going to challenge into turn 1 though. Everybody filters through. Nice and clean so far. Yep. And it looks like so far everybody's safely through the first sector. It was Graham getting a little bit out of shape, but he's managed to hang on to it. And everybody filters through nicely. So, cleanly through first sector on lap 1, race 3. Lee has got himself penalty and been relegated to P14. And once again, not great news for Lee. Aaron is up slightly. Okay, yeah, Aaron's up to P11. Oh, and somebody went just briefly quite sideways. I think it was Graham again, managed to collect himself. He's now being challenged though by Ross, who's very close to the back of him. Ross pulls to the outside. Nope. Come on, get the cameras right, there we go. Ross is comfortably ahead. Is Graham still going to attempt to stick it down the inside? He's going to have to back out. Ross takes the position. For Ross into 8th, he needs a good result here. How are our soft tyre runners doing? Jonesy has made the position up to P7. So Goose still leads. Beale still P5. A bit further forward, Andy has just been shuffled backwards behind T. Smith, who's got to be eyeing up a victory here, surely. Whoa! Absolutely sending it sideways through that corner. I think there's a little bit of a, dare I say, a bit of GT1 honour at stake here. Can't let Goose win a second race. Once is a heartwarming tale, twice is a worrying trend, I think. Whoa! Bit of contact there, and again, between Pagani and Jonesy, neither are giving that fight up, and Pagani's been shuttled wide. Oh, and there's a bit of contact as he goes back onto the track. There's a fair bit of handbags and give and take there, but it's all sorted itself out in the end, just about. And that's allowed the pack to close up behind there. So Aaron's already made his way up to P9 on the soft tyres, so 4 places gained for Aaron from the start in just under 2 laps. But now he's under pressure from Graham and Dusty Fossil. Graham's gonna look for the move. Again, just not quite close enough. Oh, I can hear a sideways Goose. He's still there though, still half a second clear. Fastest half of the race is Aaron's at the moment, while 26.5. You were querying earlier why Sir Goose had such an extreme amount of tyre wear. I can hear the tyre squealing pretty much every corner he goes around. I think that's why. Here it comes again. Oh, what's going on back here? Jadon has beaten Andy to P3, but he's got himself a half-second penalty, as has Andy. That is going to be great news for the soft tyres of Biggles. Oh, and Andy's wide. I'm not sure whether there was a touch. I think there might have been. Oh, and Andy's still going off. Oh, I thought that Biggles was briefly slowing up for him there, but he's carried on now, so maybe there wasn't a touch. And Andy, unfortunately, with his penalty to boot, is all the way down to P12. Johnny Boy's dropped off the back, unfortunately. So Andy and Blue Flag both serving penalties. That's going to allow Lee to get back in touch. So all change here on lap 3. Graham in 9th, Aaron now in P8, Ross, then Jonesy. Oh, and there's a big scrap going on here. Biggles, Pagani and Jadon. Pagani appeared out of nowhere to take P3. He's taken full advantage of everyone else's mishaps there. Jadon's right on his rear end. But 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars within about 2 tenths of each other here. Oh, and James with a late move there. Pagani braked earlier. And he's just ended up being slow through the corner. I'm not sure whether he was surprised by that. There was a bit of contact. James has recovered. Pagani sends it into that corner, and then Jones is getting shot a little bit wide. Ross is there on the inside. They're going to go side by side through here. This is very ill-advised. Jones is going to have to take to the curb. There's going to be a bit more sideways contact. Everybody's getting out of shape. Oh, and Ross, and somehow they've all exited the corner pointing the right way. And Jonesy has got his elbows out, held his position, P6. And now Ross under a lot of pressure and another penalty for Ross. Ross not having it his own way at the minute. He's going to lose positions to Graham, Dusty Fossil. Lee's managed to get past Blue Flag and Andy now, who's he's having a really bad time of it this time. Unfortunately for him, it's going to give Johnny Boy something to think about. Oh, and we've got a battle for the lead. Sir Goose and T. Smith. Goose is trading blows down the straight. Got to keep an eye on this battle for the front, I think. So Goose is not going to give this up easily. He's got a taste for it now. A taste for GT1 meat. But T. Smith does have the inside line. Goose is just going to cut across him. Tom's having none of that. Shuttles him out wide. Ah, and there goes Sir Goose. Yeah. He tried to be brave and get his elbows out there, Goose, but yeah, T. Smith was never going to have any of that, and that's put Goose down to third and under pressure from Pagani. Jadon now close, following T. Smith. If he can stay with him, give him a good shot at certainly the podium and possibly even the win. Jadon is purple through that sector. So Goose now under pressure from Pagani. Oh, and a half-second penalty to boot. So that's going to put paid to his chances of, I think, another win, possibly even another podium as Pagani nips up the inside. Nearly takes P3 off him, but he will get it shortly. Biggles. Be well advised to give Goose a push if he gets there before the penalty line. Goose should ghost. I think they've been ghosted. Yep, Biggles goes straight through him, and with the overspeed, gets ahead of Pagani. So nice move from Biggles, and if he can make this stick and hold on to this position now, he might just get the space he needs to make these soft tyres work for him and get back in touch with the front two. So he holds that nicely. We've seen Pagani get some really good exits off this final chicane though, and he hasn't done that again. And he's getting closer and closer, and he's got Jonesy following him. Aaron is right there as well, also on the soft tyres along with Biggles. Goose has recovered and is now in P7, and Dusty Fossil not too far behind. But it is imperative that through this sector, Biggles holds his P3, give himself a chance to get away and utilise those tyres to get a good result. So a much different line to Pagani. He's not gained at all at the minute. I think this first sector would be, soft tyres would be useful. Pagani is absolutely throwing it through there though. There's no way Biggles is getting away from him like that. Pagani is looking interested in a move here. Wasn't a bad sector by Biggles by any means. He was 4 tenths off on his best, but Pagani just absolutely launched it. The big old train here. Up front, Jadon is trying to keep hold of T. Smith. He's got a better route out the corner and the slipstream, which should bring him back in probably to about half a second. He's going to do well to hang on here. It's actually going to be significantly better than half a second by the time they get to the braking zone. In 4 tenths. That was a very close cut from James. I think he's got it spot on though. And he's got a really good run out, and that gap is closing and closing and closing. Down to 3 tenths now, and it'll be a quarter of a second by the time they cross the line. Lovely final sector from Jadon. Lap times overall pretty similar. And we'll keep an eye on that battle. Biggles is still ahead, but not really clear, but Pagani's got Jonesy to think about once again. Jonesy really battling hard here. Every single race. Almost every single corner. And Aaron is still P6, Goose and Dusty Foster still there as well. Lee is in P9 trying to catch up. He's set decent last lap of a 26.7. Blue Flag behind him, and then Graham, Andy in 12th, Johnny Boy, and Ross has given up. It was 2:03 on his last lap. Oh, Jadon's in the lead. Jadon's in the lead, and T. Smith has a half-second penalty, and that's going to bring Biggles right into this fight. He's just under a second behind. Jadon has managed to get the lead. I missed it while I was looking at Ross pooping around in the background. And there he goes. So P2 for Biggles, Pagani, Yeah, just heard him lift off the throttle there. Oh, maybe not quite enough. Went a little bit wide, and Jones is giving him a push out of the corner. This is very much on still, this race. 10 laps to go. James has got a slight gap out front, but that could all change. There's people capable of some extremely quick laps here. You've got Biggles, who hasn't perhaps had the best pace out of everyone, but he is on the soft tyres where none of these others are until you get back down to Aaron in P6. You've then got T. Smith, who set times in the mid-25s into the last race. Pagani, who wasn't far off that either. And then Jonesy, who's been really good, really solid all evening and is on the soft tyres along with Aaron. Whoa, hello. Nearly. Oh, we've lost Ross out of the room, in fact. Oh, Pagani with a penalty. Pagani with a penalty. Oh, Goose is here as well. Suddenly, a wild Goose arrives. And he's got to be right in touch with Pagani once this penalty is served. In fact, I think he's possibly going to get past him. Let's wait and see. Both, in fact, did I miss something? I turned around to get a drink. I turned back, and Pagani was just sideways across the track for some reason. I'm not sure there's a bit of handbags after the penalty, but we've seen that already once. Let me know if you knew what went on there. Well, what has happened is that Pagani is down to P8. I wasn't expecting any drama on the straight. Silly me. Goose is now in P6, and he's really looking quite hard for a way past Aaron. I don't think it's in Goose's nature to not make a move. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's Goose that clipped Pagani. Okay. Poor run from Aaron. Goose has got the run. Oh, Aaron's got a penalty as well. And that is Sir Goose back up to P5. Well. Biggles has now checked out from T. Smith, who's busy battling with Jonesy, and Biggles now with a 26.0 on his last lap, gained 7 tenths on Jadon, and he is hunting him down. He's got plenty of time to do this, is Biggles. Really, really good chance of the race win here. And still, the T. Smith-Jonesy battle continues. Oh. A little bit of contact, nothing too bad. Still they battle on. Really, really close racing here. Jonesy a little bit sideways. You can hear tyre squealing going on in the background as well. The battle between Sir Goose and Dusty Fossil. Aaron is there as well. Aaron has not been able to. He's had a few more cars to battle past. He hasn't been able to get the movement through the field like Biggles has. So far, anyway. And now T. Smith just pulls out a little bit of breathing room, but up at the front, there is absolutely no breathing room for Jadon. Biggles is right with him. And nearly got a good drive off that corner, but just got a wheel on the grass. That slowed him down slightly. I don't think he'll be challenging at the end of this straight. As you were a bit further back, blue flag. And then Andy and Johnny Boy having a bit of a battle back there. So Jadon still holds the lead, but for how much longer? I mean, he's managed to set a 26.1 on the mediums. Did he? No, he didn't. That was a false reading. I was going to say. A 27.2, but Biggles 26.2. So it's now not a question of race pace, it's a question of when and how for this move from Biggles. dropped back a little bit, so we'll see what's going on elsewhere. Jonesy is still holding off T. Smith. Have we lost someone? Nope. We have lost someone now. We've lost James. Off the left-hander that's been the undoing of so many people, and he's had a moment, and that has dropped him all the way down to P7. That puts Biggles comfortably into the lead, 3 seconds clear, and puts Jonesy into P2. Oh, that's a shame. That was shaping up to be a really good battle. He's still there. James has still got a good few laps, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars directly, 5 cars directly ahead of him. And so there's, how far is he? He's less than 3 seconds behind these guys, but he has got Pagani to deal with. And Pagani takes P7 off him. So will these two, could these two work together to get back in touch? Would be the sensible thing to do, but there's been more than enough battling tonight, so I don't know if that's going to happen. In the meantime, Aaron is trying to find a way past these medium tyre runners. Not succeeding yet, but he set a very fast lap on lap down, 26.0. There's just no way through there, is there? So many cars. He's going to have to, he gives Carl a push forward. He's going to have to wait for an opening, just try and minimise his tyre wear maybe. Just wait for a mistake or an opening. Just saw James drop back to gain him a position. Is there anything else that will happen? So Goose is still chasing down T. Smith, not letting him get away. Whoa, that's very sideways. There was a bit of contact there, I think. Goose goes through. Oh, this is chaos. Oh, Tom's right on the grass. That may even be penalty worthy. That, yes, it is. He's managed to get himself out of penalty on the last corner and trying to stick to the inside of Sir Goose. Whoa! People kicking up the grass all over the place now, and there is all sorts going on. Oh, and now there's contact. Aaron, T. Smith, Dusty Foster has made his way up to P4. Oh, it's all kicking off. Tom's got a second penalty. Aaron's got a half-second penalty. Pagani is right there with Jadon as well. They're all getting involved on some more contact. Tom's been shuffled all the way down to P8. And there's a... Oh, I have no idea what's going on anymore. I think all that by the end of this means Pagani's going to be in P5 after the penalties are served. And I can hear more squealing of tyres going on ahead. And now Goose has had a very poor run, which has allowed Dusty Fossil to catch him, and maybe even look at an overtake towards the end of this straight. He might be a little bit far back. The penalties are now being served. Aaron will drop back. Tom will drop further back with the second penalty served. This brings Lee back into the picture, who's now up into P8. Aaron in 7th, Jadon in 6th, and Pagani now in P5. And now it's the turn of Dusty Fossil to try and find a way past Sir Goose. Here he goes. Not this time. Biggles still has a comfortable lead, 3.5 seconds from Jones, who's the second half out of these two. Once again, Goose getting a little bit sideways. Hanging on to that P3 for now. And these guys work to catch up. With James going to look for the move here. He's up the inside. Pagani giving him no quarter. Both of them banging doors as they come down. And Pagani's just a bit wide. That's let James through. So James off into P5. This race 3 has been a rough race, I'll say that. Has allowed some people the ones that have managed to stay out of trouble mainly to profit, like of Jonesy and Biggles especially. Just been setting some good consistent lap times, waiting for his moment to take the lead, and he's away. So finally, after all that chaos, everything has just settled down. Take a breather for a moment. After all that, T. Smith's in P9, Aaron in 8th, Lee in 7th, Pagani 6th, Jadon in 5th. Then it's Dusty Fossil, then Sir Goose, then Jonesy, then Biggles. This Group 4 season is upending the usual order of things in GT1. I think it's safe to say that. Still, the battle goes on for the podium. Oh, Goose just on the grass. Is that going to give Carl the opportunity now? He's certainly got the speed. Has he got the ability to make it stick? But again, there's a little bit of paint scraping going on down the straight. He's going to ease him right to the inside and then go heavy on the brakes. Oh, and turns in more side-by-side contact, and again. And they're both trying to get themselves straightened out. Goose is off onto the grass. This is going to let Jadon through, is it? Or is there anywhere for him to go? He's around the outside. Can he hang this around the outside? Yes, he can. Great move from James. Takes 2 positions while the others were fighting with each other. And up onto the podium goes Jadon. Nice opportunistic move there. Now can he hang on? He's not got the tyre advantage that Carl has got. Oh, now Carl's made the opportune move again on Sir Goose, and he's back into P4. So Goose eventually losing out, and now he's got Pagani right behind him, and I don't think Pagani will be particularly happy with Sir Goose at the minute. So Pagani has got the position. So Goose in the end, shuffle down to P6. In the background, Aaron's still ahead of Tom. Blue flag in P10, Graham P11, Ringwell P12. Andy is texting while driving, always ill-advised. He's in P13. Oh, Biggles having a bit of a slide there. He doesn't need to do that. He's on the final lap, Biggles. You've got a 4.5 second lead. Don't worry about it. Jonesy is doing very well. It's going to be another excellent finish. I think Jonesy could be possibly. He may well. I mean, him and Jadon, between them, probably right up there as top point scorers. Carl's had a very good race as well. He's had a lot of competition to contend with here. He's tried to get through on the soft tyres. And he is up into P4. Oh, and Sir Goose is wide and can't get back on the grass. He's going to lose another position, and he has a penalty for his trouble. So Goose down to P7. Couldn't quite fight his way to a podium in the end this time. It probably doesn't give Aaron enough. We'll go back to the front for now. Biggles, supremely well driven, stayed out of trouble unlike most of the others, made his way through comfortably and takes race 3 by 4.5 seconds. Jonesy, what a race. P2 for him. Jadon did really well to fight back for P3. Dusty Fossil, good P4. Pagani in 5th. Lee in P6. Aaron and T. Smith have managed to get Sir Goose at the end there. So Aaron 7th, T Smith 8th, Goose 9th, Blue Flag in P10. Then comes Graham. Then comes Johnny Boy. I think we lost Ross a while ago, didn't we? Yeah. And then Andy at the back. Yeah, just shows you the clean drive won it. I do not think that this will be the final finishing positions for this race, let's just put it that way. Nonetheless, as the gets very hazy all of a sudden, maybe some celebratory flares have been let off for Biggles. And there you have it. It's round 2 of GT30 in the books. And your results for race 3. Biggles, comfortable victory in the end. Fastest lap of the race as well. Nice drive on the soft tyres. Same for Jonesy, excellent P2. Jason with a well fought P3, Dust Foster P4, Pagani in 5th, Lee in 6th, Aaron in 7th, then T Smith, then Sir Goose. Blue Flag in 10th, Graham 11th, Johnny Boy, Andy and Ross with the DNF. Wow, that was a fun 3 races. And we will do it all again next week. Where the hell are we next week? Let's find out. Aha, Sardinia B. Oh, Sardinia C for qualifying and Sardinia B for race. Okay. I forget which one B is. It's not the big square-shaped one, that's A. I think B's the good one. I think. We'll find out. Join us next Thursday for GT2 and again for GT1 on Friday. And I will see you next time. Good night.